Do you know where you are? This hell was once my home, the light above us. Many a broken man has gazed up at that light, dreamed of climbing out, climbing to freedom. There's hope that makes a hell, Mr. Wayne. Hope mocks a man, the way you and your kind taunt those beneath your feet with what might be. If only. If only.
Hey gamers, Tony here from the ClassicLeague.com Gaming and Electronic Podcast, back with another app review, and today I'm taking a look at The Dark Knight Rises for iPhone, iPad, and Android. I'm playing this game on the iPad 2 and capturing it with the AverMedia Game Broadcaster HD. Let's get to the presentation. The Dark Knight Rises is a third-person action-adventure beat-em-up game that has some open-world elements, but for the most part you take the role of Bruce Wayne in the Dark Knight as you battle across 6 chapters and over 24 missions. The game is based on the movie, and I have seen The Dark Knight Rises in theaters, and I can vouch that it follows the film's main storyline while taking some artistic freedom, obviously to make it more like a video game. Now, the game is a universal app in the App Store, and you can pick it up for $6.99, and the space required for this game is just over 800 megabytes, so not too bad. The Dark Knight Rises is a single-player ordeal that will take you about 5 to 8 hours to complete, depending on your skill level. Now, there are in-app purchases to upgrade gear and more, but I like how gameloft included them. They're there to more enhance your experience if you want, but they're not necessary to complete the game. Well, now that the logistics of the presentation are out of the way, let's get to the heart of the game. The gameplay, as mentioned, is third-person action-adventure, and most of the game will be spent in hand-to-hand combat as you dispel enemies, rescue civilians, and work to take out Bane and the plot to destroy Gotham. The hand-to-hand combat is mainly performed by an attack button and a block button, and this can sometimes get repetitive, but Gameloft has mixed it up by including some great animations for the Dark Knight, so that helps to keep it refreshing. In addition to the mixed up animations, there are also vehicle levels that consist of the Bat Cycle and the Bat Jet, and I know those aren't the cool new names for them, but I grew up watching the original series with Adam West, so get off my case. I really like the formula that Gameloft used in the Dark Knight Rises game from a gameplay perspective. At the core of the game, there's the linear storyline that takes you through the movie. In addition to that, in some levels there's an open world gameplay element as well that allows you to complete side quests and so on. And there's also a free roaming mode that you can unlock, but I don't want to ruin that for you, so all I will say is that it's worth beating the game for. Now, you maneuver throughout the world by walking, gliding, or using your grappling hook, and it takes some time to get used to at the beginning, but after about 10 minutes or so you become a pro at using the auto aim feature and firing the hook for or launching a batarang at a bad guy. Now, your character levels up automatically throughout the game, and as you level up you gain more credits and special points to help you unlock more gear on your journey. Now, you can buy these in-app purchases to speed up the process, but as I mentioned, this is not needed to play the game. I didn't spend any extra money and I was able to beat the game just fine. They're more so there to enhance your experience. In the tech shop, you can upgrade your gadgets, vehicles, character abilities, special abilities, and purchase consumables to complete your health and so on. Now, overall, the gameplay is very well done, and Gameloft continues to work hard to make it better with each blockbuster that they release. Now, graphically, The Dark Knight is Gameloft's best outing yet in this department. It even looks better than the Spider-Man game they released a couple weeks ago, and as you can see in this video, the environments, characters, weather effects, and more look very fantastic. There is some occasional texture pop-in and graphical glitches, but this can be expected in a game this size on a portable platform. Nothing that really hinders your gameplay, though. Controls to continue to be a big discussion on tablets and smartphones, and hardcore gamers are clamoring, including myself, for Apple and Google to release officially supported controllers. But as we wait for that, Gameloft continues to impress me with working hard to perfect touch controls. There's always going to be some touchpad confusions, we know that, but for the most part I really enjoyed the experience of controlling this game. They mapped the controls well, and they incorporated combat that works with a combination of an action button and a block counter button, as I mentioned. In conclusion, I kept thinking to myself how I used to pay more than $50 on a console to play a game like this. It reminds me of some of my favorite games from the PS2 and original Xbox era. And this great title only cost me, like I said, $6.99. There are a few complaints such as repetitive combat, but for fans of the Dark Knight movie series, this is going to be a must-have. From gameplay to graphics to controls and sound, this is one of Gameloft's best offerings to date, and I recommend picking up The Dark Knight Rises in the Google Play Store or on the iTunes App Store today. Once again, this has been Tony from the classically.com Gaming and Electronic Podcast. Make sure you like, favorite, and subscribe to this video. And follow us over at Gaming 2.0 or G2PO.com. Great gaming website, and you can follow our channel there as well. Thanks so much and have a good day.